Hello and welcome to episode 48 of the Disconnected Gamers podcast, where we reconnect with life and gaming. I'm one of your hosts, Andrew, sometimes known as J-Bond. With me as always...
They don't know by now that I need a new intro.
I don't know. We got to find out what the new intro should be. But it's your boy, Mike.
Oh, yeah. There you go. You know.
I do. And they should. They will know. They will know. They'll know. Your girl knows. That's an inside joke that nobody's gonna get because the people who the inside joke is with don't listen to the podcast. Anyways, it is it's Wednesday, December 9th. We are 3 days late because I was at the PlayStation having an experience.
So jealous.
In the Francisco of San, California, and that's what we're going to talk about today. It is the post PSX wrap up. Basically, it means Mike's going to say like two words the whole time. Yeah. That was it. Now he's never going to say anything else. So what I have up on the computer machine right now is a quick list of all of the games at PlayStation Experience on the PlayStation blog. And I'm just going to run down the list. I feel like...
I was assuming you were going to cover probably not necessarily new stuff, but, more, I guess, updated info on stuff we might already know about or newer games that people may or may have not heard of.
Yeah, I'm just going to this list is pretty long because I was thinking I'll just read the whole list.
Right.
But I'll just
whatever you can condense it to. And,
I'll just skim through this.
Whatever you feel is important.
Yeah, like Alien Nation, which is made by the same people as Dead Nation. Like, that was cool. I just kind of glanced at it walking by. That's the thing, right? 2 days, first day is 10 to 10, second day is 10 to 6, and I played 5 games. I spent most of my time just kind of wandering around watching other people play games because I find that to be more interesting in some cases than playing games myself.
Fair enough.
But Amplitude, I played that. That's cool. I could see that being fun as a couch co-op, but I don't know how exciting it would be playing against other people online. Because I think part of the hype when you're playing a fast song is the reaction to watching your friends screw up next to you or you screwing up, but because it's all about keeping. You gotta hit the buttons with the music, kind of like how Rock Band is, but you're flying a ship.
Interesting.
Yeah, and you're shooting the things, and there's only 3 buttons, and they're weird because it's L1 is left. R1 is the middle, and R2 is right. So, it's weird. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a lefty that, I'm not used to using, my index and middle finger on my right hand for, middle and right, but it, whatever. 2 games in, I got used to it.
Nice. So that's good, then.
Yeah. Assassin's Creed Syndicate was there, but, I don't think anybody gives a shit.
So, yeah, that game's already out.
Assault Android Cactus. That one's been at PAX and stuff, so... it's just working, update and things like that. Battleborn, they had a wicked sweet big statue display, and it was, you know what? I didn't actually even play the technical test, which I was in, but watching watching other people play Battleborn, I got a little more excited for it.
Nice.
I think it'll be cool to watch good people play it, right? People who want to play it and people who play, those types of It's not really a MOBA, but it's one of those games where they're it's not a MOBA, but it has MOBA elements.
It's similar-ish, I guess.
Yeah, it'll be cool to watch people be really good at that.
Nice.
Beyond Two Souls, yeah, they had the PS4 remaster. The thing is, I thought it looked pretty good on PS3, so
there was no real it's like Last of Us, meh.
But I can see the difference in 60 frames on The Last of Us, but I don't know, when I was watching somebody play Beyond Two Souls, it didn't look, I wasn't blown away by the graphics. So I don't know. Maybe in 60 frames it just looked better and I just couldn't tell.
Right.
I don't know.
Just couldn't tell.
I think it's cool that you can play it chronologically, but I still think that it was fine the way it was. And I'm in the minority in that one. Bloodborne, the Old Hunters DLC, they had that. I don't even know where it was. I didn't see it. Broforce, that's Devolver Digital. Fucking game rules. I have it on Steam. Black Ops 3, I honestly don't know why that was even there. Like,
I'm assuming just for people to play, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of those
like not so much. So I wouldn't, unless they were showing off DLC, sure, whatever. But
not that. Oh, you know what? Actually, that's right. When we get to talking about the keynote, there's the Black Ops tournament thing that PlayStation partnered with. So maybe that's reinforced.
Gotcha. Right.
Capsule Force, which is Iron Galaxy, which is a lot of fun. That's a couch co-op. Crypt of the Necrodancer, that one's cool. Good music. That was in Canada Alley, as proclaimed by Nick from Slick Entertainment. They're making Viking Squad. The whole area where they were was all indie devs originally from Vancouver. So they called themselves the Van Corner area of PSX, right? But then turns out there were some imposters in the Van Corner. So they had to change it to the Canada Alley. Like the Canada Alley. So.
That's funny.
Yeah. So, because, they all know each other too, so that's like the fun part.
Okay. So,
they're
all
it
wasn't like a...
Oh, no. Yeah, they just...
Okay.
We're all...
Wasn't like
they all know each other
war.
because they're all from Canada making these games, and they all meet up every once in a while, and there's different...
That's cool, though.
Yeah, like... I don't know. It's like a game jam, but it's more just like the devs go out for drinks and they all like bring a laptop with their game and they all kind of talk about it and stuff.
That's cool.
They had Dark Souls 3, which had the same display as the one that was at PAX Prime with the sword and the dude and the fucking black water shooting up into the sky. It's pretty sweet.
Nice.
Day of the Tentacle Remastered, that is the fine folks over at Double Fine. Which is cool. And you can... So what I didn't know is if you tap the touchpad when you're playing the game, you can bring it back into the original resolution.
Huh, nice.
So it'll look like, back on the PC and stuff.
Essentially pull the Halo Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, basically. Yep.
Like that.
Yeah. Dead Star was there. That's a pretty sweet game. That's the one that's like
I think I saw that in the store.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
It's like, I want to say it's like Galaxy, but it's...
yeah.
It's like a 5v5 or 5v5v2 or 10v10v5. Because you're battling for space. You're battling for materials and like mini bases across the map, and the whole idea is to dominate the defenses.
Gotcha.
So it is fun. That one's cool. I like that one. Destiny Taken King, that was obviously just the Sparrow Racing League. Which, if you have the Taken King expansion and you have not played, you should do it.
I should probably play it at some point.
No, trust me. Me and Hug and Jimmy and Artis and some of their friends and stuff, we played like all night. I played till 4 a.m. last night.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was 4 a.m. until I was like, oh man, I should probably go to bed.
Check it out then.
Yeah, it's actually pretty fun. Like, and also we found out that side note, we found out my controller was broken. So remember how when you couldn't play like Grand Theft Auto or Metal Gear Solid, like I couldn't fire because my right trigger.
Oh yeah, the trigger. Yep, trigger issue.
My left trigger, same thing. So I had to pull my controller apart, put tape inside the left trigger so that when I press down on it, it actually fully depresses the button. Because I couldn't get any faster than 115. So I was always dead last in every race.
Damn.
Like by a huge, like basically to the point where like Hug was gonna get to lap me because I was going so slow. Because he was like, I'm averaging 130, and we have the same Sparrow. So I mashed the controller, and it went like a little bit faster, and I was like, well, shit. So then I had to take my controller apart and doctor it. Because he's like, do you have another controller to try? And I was like, no, I don't. So
that's what I'm glad I have too.
Yeah, so at least I know. I mean, and it's fixed.
Yeah,
So.
at least now you know, so that's good.
Disney Infinity, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Drawn to Death, that was cool. Jaffe was there. I didn't
He
actually
was
even really
running
go
a lot
over.
on Periscope.
Yeah, he was all over the place. I didn't even bother. I didn't even go over. I really wanted to talk to the Drawn to Death people, but I never.
Just meh.
No, it was somebody I know that plays the game. Basically, like because they play the game a lot, like kind of got ripped apart by a bunch of people, and it was kind of bullshit. So
Fair enough.
I wanted to like express my discontent for some people in that community.
Gotcha.
So that was that. Drive Club DLC. Drive Club was also there for Drive Club VR, which was cool. I didn't get to try it, but I wanted to.
Drive Club VR.
Yeah. Because I think that would be a game that would be cool in VR. You know? Because, like, you already know you can, like, you know, you can go into cockpit mode and, like, look around the car and stuff. So I just think that would be cool.
Yeah. Kind of
I played Far Cry Primal.
Nice. How was that?
Basically just Far Cry, but with, like, dinosaurs and shit. But not really dinosaurs, but, like, jaguars and woolly mammoths and...
There's an article
bows and arrows
that said this might be good for the series. Something to just switch it up, you know, change it around, I guess. Even if it's still the same game, you know, it's still kind of different in a way.
Yeah, so when I was talking to Hug about it yesterday, at least I'm pretty sure it was Hug, and I was talking about Far Cry. And, like, when I got to the front of the line, they were like, have you ever played a Far Cry game before? And I was like, I've played pretty much every single one of them. Mm-hmm. And they were like, oh, okay, so then we won't really need to explain anything to you. And his response was, when they don't have to explain anything to you about their new game, that's not a good thing, right? Like, there should be something different about the game. And, like, the literal only thing that the guy said basically was that the only, like, new, I suppose, mechanic that, like, would not necessarily be immediately recognizable is that you have to bait animals to tame them. So I have to equip meat, throw the meat, wait for the animal to get interested in it, crouch over to it, and then somehow do tame it. I didn't even bother. I just went and killed everything I saw. But, you know, like, you can make a torch by lighting things on fire with animal fat. So, like, you have to kill animals to get animal fat and meat. But, you know, you can light your arrows on fire when you shoot bow and arrows.
That's cool.
But, like, the map and the upgrade system and all that stuff looks very much the same type of mechanic. Even the, like, UI is just kind of... It's like everything's just kind of, instead of being, like, clean lines...
It's clunky?
It's kind of... Well, no, it's more just, like, it's distressed. You know, like cavemen-esque.
Yeah.
You know, wouldn't have had clean characters on their writing, so everything has, like... it's not distressed isn't exactly the word I want, but it's just, nothing has like tapered edges or anything. Like
that.
I
get what you mean. Yeah,
it's like it's just the visual aesthetic, but yeah, I mean ultimately it's, you know, everything's the same. It's like even like the, you know, when you like search a body for stuff, nearly the same animation. You kneel down and you like pat them, and then you just collect materials.
So like, it's literally nothing to look forward to.
I was not impressed. But I have not been impressed in Far Cry in a long time.
Since, the first few.
Because I think that the original concept of Far Cry, with Far Cry Instincts and Far Cry, whatever the like first three Far Cries that were on fucking Nintendo Wii and Xbox, original Xbox, were fucking awesome.
Those are pretty good.
Getting infected with some serum that gives you feral abilities was sweet.
Right.
Then it just became a mission in open world, you know, exploration of completing tasks because, you know, in Far Cry 2, I think you had malaria and you needed the medicine, and then Far Cry 3 was the dude's psycho and you're trying to escape, and
yeah,
so that tourist somehow becomes fucking Mr. Adventure.
Basically.
Yeah, so that's Far Cry Primal.
Right,
I don't know. I mean, some people, people fucking love 3 and 4, so I'm sure they'll love Primal. But...
we'll find out.
Yeah. Fat Princess
Princess.
Adventures. Greg Miller said it's like Diablo, but with fat princess characters.
Nice.
I watched some people playing it. Sure.
Not for you.
Nah, yeah, I mean, if it's like Diablo, like, definitely not for me, but, at
I
least
like
it's
Diablo,
it's
so.
playful in the sense
Right,
that
yeah.
it's like the Fat Princess universe.
Mm-hmm.
Firewatch, really wanted to play it, didn't get to. Every
Too
time I
long
kind of was
lines.
zooming by the booth, the line was always pretty long, and so I just kind of was like,
Not tonight.
nope.
Or today,
And so, so I just kind of watched like a few minutes of somebody going through and playing it. It looks cool. I mean, it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably going to, pick it up.
Nice.
For Honor, that was also at the Ubisoft booth. The game looks really good. Like when I was waiting in line, you were on this. It was basically you were in between both sides of For Honor and Far Cry Primal. For Honor looks really good. Like it's graphically speaking, looks pretty good. So
Nice.
it's not really my kind of game, but
Yeah. But still,
Yeah.
if anyone else would be interested, you would recommend it.
yeah, I mean, if you were interested in the game, like I can tell you from a graphic perspective, it looks really good, and it
Nice.
seemed like it mechanically speaking, it played pretty well
Played
because the people
pretty
were
well.
doing some pretty cool attacks and stuff, and it just didn't look clunky. I guess
Nice.
would be the way that I would describe it.
So the animations were clean.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, when you think about Assassin's Creed and all the different types of animations they've had to do for attacking people, at this point, Ubisoft should have attack animations from a third-person perspective kind of set.
Right, yeah.
So,
They should be well done in that area.
Gang Beasts, dude,
That sounds like a weird title,
it's
but
fucking awesome. Gang Beasts is awesome. That's okay. Have you seen the game where it's like the 4 colored characters and they kind of just waddle around the map and they have like kind of Stretch Armstrong-y kind of arms, and the whole point is to throw everyone off the map except for yourself?
oh yeah.
That's Gang Beasts.
Nice.
It's a lot of fun. They did a community thing, and so I was watching that, and it's fun to watch people fucking throw each other around and like trying to stay alive, and so that should be that like that. I can see some people streaming that, like doing like drunk streams or whatever, and going absolutely bonkers.
Something silly.
Yeah, I think it's just couch co-op. I'm not 100% sure if there's multiplayer.
Sounds like it'd probably be a couch co-op game.
Yeah. It always seems to be like a fan favorite at the like PAX and stuff, because it is a game that like 4 people, you're crowded around this TV, and like the whole point is just to like grab a hold of any person and just huck them as far as you can. So
Sounds fun.
yeah, so that one's definitely on the list. Gravity Ghost. Gravity Ghost is I'd say, like, I really like Gravity Ghost. It was on Steam it's on Steam already. Came out, I want to say, beginning of the year, or maybe it came out last year-ish. It's been on Steam for a bit, but it's coming to PS4.
Nice.
Single player, physics-based, physics-based platformer that revolves around you being in space and searching for. Well, I don't want to give too much of the story elements away, but you're a little girl and you're looking for something, and there's a fox. And it's a good game, so you should check it out. Check it out on Steam if you'd prefer to play it on Steam. You can play it with I play it with the keyboard and mouse, but
right.
Gravity Rush Remastered. It's Gravity Rush.
It's not much. Yeah, it's not much. Else
Yeah.
to
I
say
mean,
about
if you know Gravity Rush, if you play Gravity Rush on Vita, like it's on PS4 now, and it's cool.
Right.
Big fan.
that. The cool thing is, if you skip the Vita, now you have your chance to play it.
Yeah, that's true. If you skip the Vita, now you have the chance to play it.
Or if you don't have one anymore, like me, boom, second chance.
Needs a second chance. Nobody's gonna know what that song is. fucking 38 special. Google it. Yeah, so I mean, Gravity Rush, that was cool. They had the PlayStation cards for that if you'd played it, but that's the thing. I actually had more fun watching other people play than like waiting in line to play games.
Jumping in to play yourself.
And like, and the thing is not like PAX at all, right? Like you didn't have to wait an entire day to play one game. Like you pretty much could play like a ton of games in one day because the lines were just moving and it wasn't super crowded, so that you're trying to like walk through an aisle.
Right.
You just went. Like it was just like I played Uncharted 4 in like 30 minutes. And that was what I thought was a crazy long line. But
really?
it just moved. They just, you know, they like,
and
it wasn't even like it wasn't even, like they kept the game like shortened. It just seemed like everything was going really quick, you know?
Right.
It wasn't like it was like a 2-minute demo. You played a multiplayer match. But it was just like it was consistent enough that it just...
You weren't going to sit there and have to wait.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
So it was good. I mean, it was good. That was the one thing about PSX that I think was absolutely fantastic compared to PAX. There were a ton of people there, but I never felt crowded. I never really had to like stop and get like just literally jammed up trying to get around.
Right. So whatever Sony had going, they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, like maybe the beginning of day one when we were leaving the keynote, everybody kind of was floating into the first and second floor. I think that was when it was probably the most jammed up because people hadn't figured out where they wanted to go yet. You know, they hadn't learned the lay of the land because there was no map as far as I recall seeing on the app because they did with like a guidebook app. But yeah, I don't think there was anything too crazy. But it was nice. That was probably my favorite part. I didn't have to wait. It wasn't crowded because I really hate crowds. It's not a social anxiety thing. It's just it's just really annoying to be like stuck in a crowd and surrounded by people.
Yeah.
And like, God, I forgot to tweet this out, but like, you know, PSX pro tip reminder: use twice as much deodorant as you normally use, and if you use none, use a lot. Like
Confunk, yep.
Because it's just some people smell, and I'm not even trying to be mean, but seriously,
no. I get what you mean.
You know, people understand this. You don't realize that you have a scent, whether good or bad. You are used to it. You are used to your own scent, whether you use cologne, whether you use a certain type of shampoo, whatever. But like, god damn, some of you just use some fucking deodorant.
Yeah.
And that has been your fucking DG Cast PSA for the day. Use deodorant.
Yeah, please.
So, moving on from Gravity Rush. Gravity Rush to deodorant. Guitar Hero Live. I didn't even see that. I don't know where it was on the floor. Could have been... Oh, you know what? That could have been at the PlayStation booth, maybe.
Probably.
Guns Up. That's another San Diego studio one. That was with John to Death. That's a fun one. I've been in the beta for that for a while.
I just downloaded that yesterday.
Yeah, it's cool. I think it'll probably do well. It's a game that you don't have to play a lot to enjoy, but if you wanted to get heavy into it, you really could. Like, you could just constantly be playing matches, but generally I find that I'll just jump on, play a handful of matches, you know, upgrade my base a little bit, test it out, and then kind of just skedaddle.
Nice.
So,
it's just kind of something that's here or there.
Yeah.
Go on from there. Yeah.
And you can play against your friends. You can play against randoms.
Nice.
Heavy Rain remaster.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. Again, same deal. Looks cool. I never played it on PS3, so I mean, this will be an opportunity to check it out.
Yeah, same.
My problem is, it's like I'm getting so tired of these games that are really long.
Right.
Because like Fallout 4 still haven't beat 100 hours in. Heavy Rain is a long game too. I've watched people stream it. It's not short, you know?
By any means, yeah.
And it's like, people will be like, but you play Destiny all the time. And I'll be like, but the difference is I've completed Destiny.
Yeah.
I'm now playing for enjoyment. I'm not playing to complete the story. This is a little different.
Yeah.
It's
Basically.
like when you play, when you beat Uncharted and then you go back to clean up trophies. You've gotten the story out of the way. You understand what happened and all that fun stuff. Or you're playing multiplayer.
Or that, yeah.
So. Invisible Ink.
What's it called?
Invisible Ink, which
Invisible.
I don't know. I thought that was a VR one, but honestly, now I'm just clueless.
Sounds like it would be a VR.
Yeah. Speaking of clueless, Jenny LeClue, that is one of the indie games that I checked out, and it's like a point and click, but not quite a point and click, thankfully. But there was a Vita version, and I played the Vita version. I think the Vita version has more potential than the PS4 version, only because I just don't like point and click games. I find them to be really slow. Like I don't have a mouse on a controller. It's just, and I can never be as fast with my controller, like moving the thumbstick, as I can with a mouse, just clicking on stuff. So I find that in 2015, point and click is tough. I have to be really invested in the story early on for those games to like really, really capture my attention.
Right.
It's just more because I'm part of the gimme crowd. Like, you gotta give me it. You gotta feed me the game, man, on a spoon. Just don't stop. Like, I don't want to have to work for the game, and I'm just lazy. I'm just goddamn lazy.
Fair enough.
So, but it's good. Like, it was cool. I mean, I think it's interesting. It mixed point and click with fluid gameplay in a way that I liked, but it worked much better having it on the Vita and being able to like use the touchpad or the touch screen rather. But
yeah,
I don't know how well it would translate on the PS4. I didn't bother to try, but Just Cause 3 looks awesome. Man, blowing stuff up, tethering cars to windmills.
It looks like it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, like I love Just Cause 2, and so I'm excited. The only thing that sucks is I really do hate that every time I get a console game that exists on PC, people mod the PC version to do really cool stuff, and I can't do that.
Can't do that, yeah.
So
it's a struggle.
I'm still probably gonna get it on PS4.
Right.
Kerbal Space Program, whatever. Killstrain, another Sony San Diego.
That game was kind of weird for me.
Yeah, it's not my...
Because it's basically just a MOBA.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, to quote the trending gamer of the year, Greg Miller, fucking nerds. No.
Basically.
Yeah. No, it's one of those things, it's just not my game.
Yeah. I sat there and played a batch. I was like, I don't think I'd actually buy this. Yeah. Unless it's going to be free to play, then never mind. But
right. So that was...
which I don't see it being played. Yeah.
But I will say this, though. For what it's worth, Sony San Diego's putting out a bunch of cool games.
Nice.
They've got Killstrain, they've got Drawn to Death, they've got Guns Up. They're all cool. So, next up, Killing Floor 2. Watched this because I walked by the booth and the lady there was like, "Oh, have you checked in at Killing Floor?" And I was like, "No, I have not." So, let me explain this. At PlayStation Experience, which I guess this was new. They didn't do this last year, but your badge had an RFID tag in it that was linked to your PSN name. Every game demo, every booth, thing, panels, whatever, had a RFID scanner. Booth, you'd scan your tag. You scan your badge, right? And it would say that you checked in at such and such game, such and such panel, such and such station, right?
Right.
As you checked in at such and such a thing, you got you'd unlock rewards, right? So if you checked in at 15 booths and saw a panel, you would unlock the bronze trophy card, and so then you'd go to the Sony community table thing, and they'd give you one of the collectible playing cards that was a bronze trophy, right? And so it's bronze, silver, gold, platinum, except they ran out of platinums, and for some reason, like, I didn't get it, but whatever. So they give you the cards, and they're all cool, right? They have, like, a hologram on them, and so, like, they had bronze holograms, and then some cards had platinum holograms, and those are the ones that were harder to get. So, walking by Killing Floor, the lady asked me if I've checked in, asked me if I want a card, which was awesome, because in some cases you had to play the game to get the card. In many cases, some people were just handing them out, which was cool. It seemed more towards the end, they were probably like, we got to get rid of these cards, so let's just give them to everybody.
Yeah.
So I was like, what can you tell me about Killing Floor? And she was like, I can't, but he can, and he was one of the devs. So it's wave-based shooter, like Zombies, right? Like, so it's basically a full game of Zombies mode, but with up to 5 of your friends, 6 total people. Yeah, pretty fucking sweet. Pretty fucking sweet. I was totally like, I'm on board. I was like, I'm on board.
I'm sold. Yeah.
So, and it looked really good. We were talking about how different modes and things would be added, and however the different characters have different play styles, support, commando, etc. So I'm like, cool, I'm on board. I dig it. It looked really cool. So that was Killing Floor 2. Killing Floor 2.
It's gonna be so sweet. I can't wait.
Yeah, I was once I like kind of because I'd heard of the game and I've seen like random press releases in my inbox, but like not every single one comes with screenshots.
It should
so
be
I'm
on Steam,
like,
I think.
It might be.
That's how I found out about it. A buddy of mine, he has it. He just like showed us. He was like, "Oh yeah, it's coming on PS4 at some point." I'm like, "Oh, sold."
Yeah, and the fact that it has 6 people, like, I think that changes the game because like Zombies is only 4, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and it has a single player mode. Like you can play with from 1 to 6 people total, and it'll scale. The difficulty will scale based on how many people you have. So
how many people? Yep.
Lego Dimensions, Lego Marvel's Avengers. They had a really cool booth. I didn't really go over. Didn't matter.
Fair enough.
Life is Strange. Whatever. It's Life is Strange.
I wonder why that was there.
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing, but it is what it is. Mega Man Legacy Collection. That cool Mega Man statue. It was neat.
Nice.
MLB The Show 15, which I swear that's supposed to be MLB The Show 16. No, maybe it is 15. They announced 16 at the keynote. NBA 2K16. New Hot Shots Golf working title. I didn't play it. Josh played it, but he said it was, it's Hot Shots Golf. Said it was fun, so not a hero.
I was always a big fan of Hot Shots.
Yeah, I wanted to get it on Vita, but like at this point nobody plays it, so
if I had a Vita I would, but
yeah.
What was the next?
Not a hero. It's another Devolver one. Side-scrolling, 8-bit. Nuclear Throne. It's cool. I haven't tried it out. I got a free copy for being at the keynote. So,
like THRONE or
Nuclear Throne.
Okay. Interesting title.
Randall is a really cool game. I think people should check it out. It's We the Force Studios. They are developers from Mexico.
Nice.
There aren't a lot of developers in Mexico. In fact, I think there's just them. For video games, at least.
Dang.
So they're making this game. It's a brawler, cross-platformer, with like an interesting mechanic that your character has... he's schizophrenic, I guess, or split personalities, but he has the ability to telekinetically control other characters.
Interesting.
Well, I was going to say including his enemies, but there's at this point in the demo the only thing I've ever seen is enemies. So you can control your enemies and use them to get to certain areas in the game. So if you need to use that mechanic in certain platforming areas. But it's it's a really fun game. So I was trying to get people to go by, check that game out. It's really cool.
Nice.
Ratchet and Clank.
Forgot that was coming back.
Yeah, look pretty clean.
Nice.
So we don't play games that aren't clean. So
not wrong.
Resident Evil 0.
Yeah.
They had that. That looked incredible. Like it's so ridiculous to see how
far it's
graphically they go from,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, granted, 0 was on GameCube and the GameCube ones hold up pretty well, but like when you see them on PS4 from where they were, it's like the lighting and the shadows, it's
pretty insane.
Never gonna play it.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Yeah, apparently, I didn't realize Revelations Part 1 or whatever is free to download on PS Plus right now.
Correct.
So I downloaded it. I don't know that I'll play it, but...
well, it's co-op, so we could at least play the first level together.
Okay. Cool. Rocket League.
New DLC or just...
I honestly...
They were just there.
Sure. There were some new maps. Because there is some new pack, new DLC thing. For the life of me, I don't even remember what it was called. But yeah, it's new maps. I don't know. But it's like it's one of those things where it's kind of underwhelming on the heels of the Game Awards announcement that Rocket League is coming to Xbox One. So
right,
like whatever. Let's see: Screen Sheet, Centris, Severed, Shadow of the Beast, Shakedown Hawaii, Skytorn, Smugglecraft, Softbody, Space Dave. Space Dave is out. I want to say that is definitely out.
I'll say I think that one.
Star Wars Battlefront. They had the Battle of
Jakku.
Yeah, they had
or whatever.
Yeah, they had that so that people could play it.
Currently free.
Street Fighter 5.
Yeah.
Tearaway Unfolded, King of Fighters 15, 14, XIV. What is that? 14. Yeah, I think that's 14. King of Fighters 14.
Yeah.
Tomorrow Children. Umbrella Corps, Uncharted 4 Thieves and Multiplayer, Uncharted Nathan Drake Collection, Viking Squad.
Nice.
Viking Squad. It's the jam. Slick Entertainment. Prestige Worldwide. Buy it.
Wow.
Buy it when it comes out. Steam and or PS4. Either way. Viking Squad is a 3-player, lane-based, beat-em-up. So think like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but with 3 players, and it's Vikings. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's a fun game.
Nice.
Fun story. I've been friends with the Viking Squad guys for a while. I see them saw them at PAX East. Met them at PAX East. Saw them again at PAX Prime. Obviously saw them again at PAX PSX.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how Cody was doing the Adobe streams?
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the guys that was there, Molten Ink, he he's done like dual streams with Jesse, who's Jesse is he's the drawbarian of Viking Squad. He does all the art. And so I'm leaving to go, I think I was going up to the second floor, and as I was walking up to the escalators, I saw Molten Ink and like a couple of the other guys that were doing the Adobe stream, and I was like, oh my god, you're Molten Ink! Like, I know Cody. I was watching you guys stream this week. And so we took a picture. It's on Twitter.
Nice.
And he was like, oh my god, like, I can't, that's so funny that you saw us and whatever. So he was like, oh, have you been in? Like, what should we see? And I was like, all right, well, on the first floor, I was like, you definitely want to go see Viking Squad. And he was like, oh my god, I know Jesse. Perfect. I wanted to go see that game. And I was like, that's right, you do know Jesse. And it was... It was just funny that, like, instinctively, my first game that I told him to see was Viking Squad, which he wanted to see the game. He wasn't sure where it was. And I was like, perfect.
Nice.
Match made in heaven. So, Viking Squad. Do it.
Yeah, just do it.
World of Tanks. Big shout out to Wargaming. Great people over there. They had a cool party. They had sweet artists draw up some sick designs on 4 PS4s, and whoever had the highest scores of the day won the PS4s on both days. They gave away 4 PS4s, 2 a day. So if you had the highest score when you played the beta, you won a PS4, and they were pretty cool. There was I really wanted one of the PS4s, but I walked by one on Saturday thinking like, oh, it's the shorter day. Less people can probably get into play, so I'll give it a shot. And the leaderboard, somebody had 15,000 points, and the person in second place had like 4,000 points, and I'm like, well, what the how am I going to compete with 15,000 points?
Yeah,
because there was nobody even close, so I'm like, how did this person get so many points? So I was like, well, no chance of me winning that PS4. I played WWE 2K16 and got absolutely fucking destroyed. Because I think the kid who played it was totally like throwing the game for me too, so that I could like get some moves in. Because like I happened to be walking by the booth and the guy was like, "Hey, you want to play WWE?" And I was just like, "No, not really." And he was like, "Come on, try it out." And I was just like, "Fuck, fine."
All right.
Feel bad. So yeah, I played it and got fucking destroyed. I played as a Rock.
Nice.
Sorry, Dwayne. I lost.
It happens.
Yeah. PlayStation VR had my first soiree, my first dance, if you will, with the PlayStation VR. Won't lie, I was a little nervous. I was afraid I was gonna get fucking sick, because I did not have a good experience with Oculus. I got super dizzy and had to stop like maybe 10 minutes in.
Oof.
But PlayStation VR headset is not as uncomfortable as I thought it was going to be, because it looks like it's kind of clunky, but it feels very lightweight. They'll probably have to work on adjustments and or replaceable lenses for people who have like bad vision, because I don't think you can wear glasses while you would like when it sits on your forehead. So I think they'll have to do something for that, because like we couldn't get the headset to be like really in focus. Like we had to kind of adjust it, and obviously the worse out of focus it is, probably the worse it is for you to play. Like the more like motion sickness it'll be, because it gets blurry when it's out of focus. So the more out of focus it is, then when you're moving, it's like motion.
The worse it is to play it.
Yeah, motion blur times 1,000 probably. So I played Eve Valkyrie, which was like spaceship fighter, and the controls were inverted, but apparently they were like, that's it, it's inverted, tough shit, deal with it.
Yeah.
Probably because it would take too long for them to go in and constantly change it, and so whatever. So I mean, it's fine. I played it inverted. It was cool. Being able to look around your ship and see all the stuff that's going on was really neat. Graphically speaking, it looks pretty cool. From a resolution standpoint, much better than the Oculus that I played. But I played one of the earlier Oculuses, so I don't...
Right, so it's a bit different now.
Yeah, like the new Oculus could be on par. I don't know. But I wanted to play Drive Club VR, didn't get a chance. Josh and Esteban and Toasty Stickers, they all played a bunch of things. Like they did rigs, they did the Headmaster, which was the like headbutting soccer game. They did one of them did the job simulator. One of them did the it was you're a dolphin in school and you got to cheat on the tests.
Okay.
Like, but you get like erasers to like throw to distract the teacher, so you can like lean forward and look at other people's like.
So weird.
Yeah, it's just like it's one of those things. Like, it seems like a dumb. It seems like a dumb game, but also a fun game, because it's just like, whatever. I don't know. It's cool. I thought it was a neat idea.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah.
So that was yeah. So I mean, and that's that's basically the giant list of everything there, and going through that. Like I said, I didn't really play that many games. I
Just
just
more observing than
more hanging out. I like, and that was the thing, right? So I didn't, I was just an attendee. It wasn't like I had scheduled any appointments or anything like that. So I was just straight up
that's
having
nice that
fun.
you got to actually relax for once instead of having
Yeah,
to run around and catch up with everybody. And
right. And that was the thing too. Like when I did Prime, I scheduled appointments back to back to back to back to back, and that was stupid. That was
right,
absolutely insane. I never had enough time to get to like other appointments, and so going to PSX, where it's all PlayStation, it's tons of my friends were there, tons of people that I made friends with.
nice.
I did get to see Greg Miller. I did not get a new selfie with him. It never happened. But
No time this time.
no, it's crazy how excited everybody gets to see him, right? Like it's unbelievable. I don't think he quite realizes how much everyone in the PlayStation community like appreciates what he does. And that's not me like kissing his ass because I'm I think he's a good guy. I think he's a friend. I call him a friend. Um, he's a best friend, right? So like I don't think he quite understands how much the PlayStation community really appreciates him. And so like when he came into the keynote, I had saved seats for him, and I was like Greg to get his attention so that because I kind of told him where we were seated, but obviously like you gotta he still gotta figure it out in like a semi-dark room, whatever. He comes over, I give him a hug, and like before I even like turn around to be like, here are the seats, and these are the guys that helped me save the seats because some cool dudes in the line with me when we were waiting to get into the keynote. Big shout out to Nick and his friend, whose name I think was Kyle or Kevin, and I'm gonna fuck it up. And then there was another, or the other kid's name was Kyle. I'm so bad with names, but they all helped me. We all saved seats, so we sat like one, and then empty seat, one empty seat, one empty seat. So we saved like a few seats, and
Nice.
which sounds like a humble brag, and I don't mean it that way. Like, ooh, sat with Greg Miller. It was just, it's part of the story, guys. So whatever, but so like I give Greg a hug, like you guys made it, blah blah blah. I say hi to Kevin, kind of funny Kevin, and like before I can even turn around to point where the seats are, right? There's a fucking line of people who want to say hi to Greg, and it got to the point where finally a security dude came over and was like, "You guys can't crowd the lane," and so Greg was like, "All right, everybody follow me," and so he just walked up to the stage on like the side of the stage, and everybody just lined up to like go say hi and like take a picture and meet him.
Damn.
Yeah, and then later on, I think it was Saturday, he was same thing happened, right? He got bumped, stopped because everybody wanted to say hi and give him a handshake, a high five. Ended up having to give him a security detail because he was drawing so much
Yeah.
attention. They gave him a security
Mhm.
detail, and then they like set up a sanctioned meet and greet, and like set up a line thing and put a table, and he was meeting. I mean, he had a party. The Just Cause party was literally just a line of people. It was, I mean, hundreds of people just wanting to meet him, just to say hi and take a picture. Like it's like, again, it's ridiculous how much the PlayStation community like loves Greg.
Right, really. Yeah.
Or just loves the kind of funny guys in general, right? It wasn't just Greg. Like they were excited to see Kevin, they were excited to see Tim, they're excited to see Colin. Nick was
Nice.
was on vacation with his wife, I think, so he wasn't even there. But
He wasn't there, yeah.
it was still cool. It's still cool to see everybody.
Nice.
I met some of the kind of funny guys that you always hear about. Like I met Sean Pitts. I met I think Tom Hawkins was there.
Some of the ones that
Yeah, you always hear
more
their names
kind of-
during the show.
Yeah.
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 So that was cool. Um,
Nice.
saying a lot, but just trying to like rethink about everything that happened. But it was cool. Like I met a bunch of other PlayStation MVPs. I'm not an MVP anymore, but like I know so many people from that community. That was cool.
Nice.
I saw Heather again from Maverick Gamers. That was awesome. We got to hang out. Heather introduced me to a bunch of other MVPs. Kyle, Walter, Loren, Darvin. I saw Sky Diddy. I saw J-Tite. I saw Meredith Molinari. Or is it Molinari? Or Melinari?
Yeah, Molinari.
Molinari. She like happened to walk by. I saw my buddies from PlayStation. I saw Spaff. I saw Arnie. You know, it was like that was the thing, right? I was excited more to see all these people more than I was to just play games, right?
Than just play games, yeah.
Yeah, like I hung out with the Viking Squad guys for a while, and we were talking about, you know, game development and, you know, coding and building games, even though I'm not like building a game or know really anything about it, but I like hearing about the technical stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Nice. That's what I love about conventions is you either catch up with friends or meet new ones.
Yep.
That, you know, you wouldn't think that you'd have a lot of stuff in common with, but you do.
Yeah. Tons. Yeah, so I mean I exchanged
everyone's
the
cool.
Twitter. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Everybody is cool. Like at PAX, it seems like everyone's kind of focused on their own thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
For me, personally, I think at PAX, it seems like everybody is very focused on, you know, they want to see this game, they want to see this game, they want to see that game, they have to see this panel, and that's it. And that's like their goal,
right.
You know? And if you happen to be in the line with them, maybe you'll chat while you're waiting. But generally speaking, everybody's on their fucking 3DS or their cell phone or whatever.
Right.
Because they're certainly not on their Vita.
Oh, God. I think I was going to brought a Vita to one convention I went to. But
exactly, right? You know, and everybody's kind of zoned out.
Yeah.
And at PSX, it didn't really seem like that. I didn't see that many. Like, people brought their Vitas because people wanted them to get, like, signed. Like, you know, Shuhei, I'm sure, probably signed a few PS Vitas while he was there.
Yeah.
Adam Boyce, Gio Corsi, all those, you know, the Sony people that you see all the time. But it wasn't like I saw people just like sitting in line, just like jamming away on their DS or something. Because like the lines weren't that long, so it wasn't like you needed it.
Right, yeah.
Like
so
I don't honestly
exactly.
Like I don't know why you would want to bring a backpack into PSX. Like
right.
Like some people were like, no, you need a backpack like to carry all the stuff you're gonna get, and I'm like, no, I don't think so. Like there were a couple like I would have liked to get one of the Uncharted shirts because it would have been cool to have, but I think they'd probably already given them all out. But it was a white T-shirt. I generally don't wear white T-shirts.
Right.
So even if it was available, I don't 100% know that I even would have taken it. And yeah, I could take them and give them away, but it's like, you know, then I have to carry it around the whole day, right? Or I got to run back to the hotel. And it's just like, It's one of those things where the time I might miss bumping into somebody, running back and forth to the hotel isn't worth the T-shirt.
It's true.
You know, when we got our badges, they gave us a nice little PlayStation bag, like a reusable bag. It had a PSX poster. It had a PSX T-shirt. It had a Street Fighter avatar code. And it had a hand sanitizer. And it's all, you know, PlayStation branded. And a beanie with the PS logo. And a lot of cool stuff. So I'm like, oh, cool. Like, there's all the stuff that you need. You know, They had the PlayStation Gear store. They were selling T-shirts, posters, bags. You could buy the face plates for your PS4. You know, like the removable thing that covers your hard drive. They had those.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah, but like the line to get in the first day, it was like over an hour long. That you had to wait in line to buy PlayStation gear, and I'm just like, yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's something that's exclusive, but
meh.
I'm not interested in wasting time to buy merchandise.
Yeah,
I'd rather spend an hour. I'd rather spend an hour talking to 10 people. Something.
True.
So that's like my feelings about merchandising. But I've never been that guy. Like, I don't wear graphic tees like ever. The only time I wear them is when I stream. And even then I'm usually not, because I'm always so cold. I have like a hoodie on. So you never actually see that I'm wearing a graphic tee. Yeah. So it's but yeah, I mean, as like personal opinion, I think PlayStation Experience is awesome. I think the keynote this year, which we were like about to breach an hour and I haven't even touched on that. I think the keynote was super underwhelming. Like, I wasn't wowed by the keynote. Like, last year's keynote was nuts. This year's keynote, you started with Uncharted 4 and I was like, hell yeah. And then you showed me the Modern Zombie and I was like, fuck yes, I'm on board with this. And then you showed me 100-foot robot golf and I was like, holy crap. And then you show me Ni no Kuni 2 and my fucking head nearly explodes. And then you end with Paragon.
Paragon?
And that's it. Yeah. They ended with Paragon. And judging by your response, you don't know what it is either. Like, yeah. And maybe people do know what it is, and they were like, "Oh shit!" But like, Shuhei wasn't there for the presentation. Like, he didn't come out on stage. He didn't announce anything. You know, so this is when I have to eat a hat and say that I'm wrong. Absolutely was wrong on basically all of our predictions. No PSVR pricing. No fucking Bend Studio. That conspiracy still goes on. You know who you are. Never forget the plunger. That's an inside joke. That's an inside joke. And if you're listening, you know. You know. So we didn't hear from Bend. We didn't get PSVR pricing or release date. We got nothing about No Man's Sky.
Right?
So I was like, I think every single prediction that I made, which I didn't even go back to listen to them, I think I was wrong across everybody was wrong. I think, and the thing is I swore the Sony Bend was a sure thing, right? It's been like 4 years. You've got PlayStation Experience. You've got your community ready to see games.
Yep.
And it's like, no, we're going to give you Sparrow Racing and Destiny. It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing.
And nothing really PSVR, like no pricing, no time frame, no release date, no.
Right? It's like, are you not, excited to show up your product, or do you just not feel
I think they're I have to assume that this year's, or is it this year's E3 or next year's E3? It would be next year's E3, right? Because it's usually in June. Is going to be like the nuclear bomb of E3s. I feel like Sony is going to be like, The Last Guardian out tomorrow, Ben Studios' new game, PlayStation VR on shelves on Friday. Like, I think they are going to just
look under your seats.
Yeah, like look under your seats, PSVR. Taped to the bottom of somebody's seat, a job offer to PlayStation. Like,
yeah.
I think that this upcoming E3 is going to be absolutely mind-boggling. And I think they're going to try and pull a Bethesda and be like, and if you want to play this game, you have to wait like 2 months.
Right?
Yeah. It just doesn't seem possible that they could have not released any of this information. They have to be holding it for E3. And I'm going to be really upset if come E3 we still don't get like all these things. But I think there's no way. I think No Man's Sky has to come out sometimes. It has to come out next year. And I know they said it's not going to come out until like Q2 or whatever, but which I had totally predicted. But there's no way. It's going to, because what's going to happen is it's already getting to that point where I don't give a shit about No Man's Sky.
Yep,
like
basically.
all I know about the game is that it's so expansive and it's so big I may never bump into my friends at all or beat the game.
Right.
And you're telling me that I still don't know when it comes out or if it's VR. I mean,
Yeah.
it's gonna be VR, but like, I can't do the like tease of the game anymore.
Yeah.
You know, like
just
I did that route with The Last of Us.
Last of Us.
Except at one point I got to play The Last of Us, and I was like, cool. I've played it. I understand. You know?
Right. So
I've never played No Man's Sky, and we've not been given enough. But you can't string me along this long and expect me to continue to keep the hype up.
Yeah.
It's just the hype train is
like
running out of coal.
Basically, it's a dying.
Yeah. So, you know, they, you know what the big shocker PlayStation experience was? MLB The Show 16 had no idea that game was going to come out. Just out of the blue. I thought, you know, after MLB The Show 15, they were done.
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding.
Wrong.
Yeah, just kidding. MLB 16, cool.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
You know what? Speaking of that, there's something that developers need to stop doing. I think on PSN there's a pre-order for it that's like $100 for MLB. There's like a version of it that's $100.
What do you
They
get?
need to stop. Probably just in-game currency and something like that.
Oh.
But they need to stop doing that. Like, don't do that anymore. Like, just make the game. That's it, and just put everything in it. Don't like, here's $100 worth of in-game currency. Like, just, you know, give us currency for logging in every day. You know,
Right.
something like, stop making us pay $90, $90 to $100 for, you know, $1 million of in-game dollars.
Right,
Just
so
give
I
it
can
to
buy
us.
the best players and stack the fuck out of my team.
Yeah, like, stop that.
You bought everybody that's fucking... Yeah, you bought the all-star team to be your team. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, that was my rant for the...
No, man, I agree. I think that kind of stuff is annoying. My biggest frustration is when games sell season passes before the game is out. Don't do that. Don't fucking sell a single thing about your game until the full game is available for purchase.
Street Fighter V season pass already.
Yeah. Like,
I was
don't.
just like,
It's like, that's ridiculous. Because God forbid something happens and
Mhm.
you change something and then, like, I
Yep.
can't return that season pass, especially if I buy it digitally.
Exactly.
So just stop. Because it's like, I mean, I get it. It's a money grab and they want that influx of cash, but don't do that.
Right, but yeah,
Don't-
please.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah,
Stop.
please. Stop it.
Stop.
Just stab it.
Stop it. Yeah, but Ni no Kuni 2, holy butts.
I can't wait.
Holy butts. Almost started crying. Not even gonna lie. I'm that comfortable in my own skin. Almost started crying at Ni no Kuni 2. And I haven't even fucking finished Ni no Kuni 1.
Ugh.
But like how
so
incredible it was. And you could feel it in that crowd. Everybody else was just as psyched for Ni no Kuni 2. Like, unbelievable.
Can't.
The second you saw level 5, everybody went wild. It was cool. It was something like, that's the thing, right? It's something to be there rather than just to see it. But I mean, and you know what? I kind of remember when they did the Kingdom Hearts 3 reveal at that would have been E3 2 years ago, I want to say. Like, that same deal. Like, the hairs stand on their ends. You know, you get goosebumps, right? Because you're like, oh my god, like, we're finally getting this game.
Finally getting it. Yep.
Or at least they're finally telling us that they're actually making it, and it's like... But it is kind of a bummer when they do tell you these games, like, and how long is it going to take, you know? I don't want to...
Don't want to wait.
I don't want to wait.
So is it just a cinematic trailer, or did they actually, like, it comes out this
Oh, no,
day?
no, just cinematic trailer. Showed first look at the game. So
Wait.
Yeah, there's an extended trailer or like a additional cut of the game, like just the scenes and stuff or whatever that's gonna be posted at some point, but it might even be up already. I'm not sure, but the announcement trailer is up. You can go watch that like whenever you want. But
Definitely go watch that.
yeah, I mean, it's one of those things like that's. I'm really excited for that, and I think the problem for me was I got Ni no Kuni too late in the PS3 game. You know,
Right.
like I should have like because I think I got it from PS Plus. I don't or no, maybe I bought it when it was really cheap on
You
sale.
bought it on sale, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you finally caved in and got it.
Yeah, but it's
After
like I think it was too late, right? Because I think I had just come off Tales of Xillia, and
Mhm.
I just had played. I think that was Tales of Xillia was probably the last game I played on PS3 with any sort of um, seriousness, right? Like I played Uncharted 3 multiplayer just for fun, but
Right.
I think Tales of Xillia was like the last PS3 game I really invested time in, and I had put like 50 plus hours into it. And I'm like almost at the. It's like fucking Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, Metal Gear Solid 3. I'm at the end boss, and that was it. I was like, cool. I watched a YouTube video. I know how it goes. Like I didn't
Damn.
actually like, and like I remember when I was telling you, I was like, I'm at the end, but there's a chick, and you're in like a field of flowers, and you were like, that's like the end of the game, literally.
Yep.
It's like the
Mhm.
like the final battle.
It's the
Spoiler
final
alert.
battle. Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's where I got to, and I just didn't. I couldn't beat it, so I just left. I was just like, done, whatever. Which maybe one day I'll go back and finish that, but probably not, because that's just the way it goes. I'll finish it like 10 years from now.
Right.
Um,
We're on like Metal Gear, whatever, and
Yeah.
you're like, dude, I beat 3. It's like, dude, no one cares about that game anymore.
yeah, exactly. Everyone will be like, "Pfft." Fucking
That's
yeah. But I mean I don't know. I can go on and on and on. It's like I could shout out from the rooftops thank yous to all the people I met, all the people I saw again, all the people I hung out with. But like that list is really long. I mean, and I did most of them already. Obviously I saw Josh and Esteban from Radio PlayStation. It's always a pleasure to see them. Saw Toasty Stickers. Always a pleasure to see them as well. Heather, Maverick Gamers, Kyle and Walter. Fun fucking time with those gentlemen. That was oh god. All right, you know what? I can't certain things on the podcast I cannot talk about, but we'll talk about it after. Because it's funny. It's long story short. It was funny how connected all of us are, and in theory, we were all connected because we were all part of the MVPs. But it's just cool having that, like having this big community, right? And it was like, J-Titan Sky Diddy walked by, and it's like, oh, J-Titan knows this, these people, and Sky Diddy knows these, and it's like, what's up? And then, and then I saw Doc. Doc was also on the tester, but he was on the first season. It was fun. I mean, it's fun, dude. Like I've already fucking decided. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't know how we're gonna figure this out. I want all of us to go to PAX. I want all of us to fucking go to PAX. I want to see
I'm down.
everybody at PAX East, and I'm trying to figure it out, but I don't know how it's gonna work. And I want everybody at the next PlayStation experience.
Also, shoot, I just got a raise, so I'm gonna save up as much as I can.
Yeah, like I want everybody at PAX East. I want everybody at PSX. Like the problem is that when you get everybody there, like inevitably we're gonna have to branch off into groups and all kind of go see all the things we want to see. But like,
Right.
man, like I just want to fucking everybody goes and sees games, and then at the end of the night we all like go out for drinks or some
Drinks.
shit, and then like we get like a long table with like 40 people, and it's just like let's just fucking talk about all the shit we saw today.
Yeah.
Just chat.
Okay,
Let's
yeah.
just chat. Like,
Hell yeah.
oh, shout out to Eric Jensen. Big fan. Met him at PAX, PSX. PSX and PAX need to stop with the fucking very similar names. I met Eric and Phil and Ian. They're cool dudes.
Nice.
It was very cool to meet them. Hashtag plunger. They know what's up. So and like it's it's just so cool. Like, it's really, really, really cool to meet people in person that you only know on Twitter, or you only know on Facebook, or you only know through YouTube, right? Like, I don't know what it's like to be, a person who's only ever like watched a YouTuber or a live streamer's videos on YouTube and has maybe never met that person in real life. And then when you meet that person, like it was like when I saw Molten Ink, right? I've watched his YouTube videos. I watched all the Adobe stuff, or not his YouTube, his Twitch, and like I've watched his the Adobe stuff this past week. And then like I saw him and I was like, oh shit, I know you, like I know you, right? And it's like, and like I that feeling, you can't bottle that and sell it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. No.
And so like when I see people getting super excited to meet people, or they get excited, they're like, oh my god, that's Adam Boyes. Oh my god, Shuhei's here. Like, oh my god, I met the people from Media Molecule, right? Like, I mean, I love the Molecules. They're all awesome. But like, I got to meet Alex, and that was cool. I got to meet Hyperdude, who's he's from Boston, just like me, but I met him all the way across the country.
Nice.
Right? And it's like, we've been Twitter friends for years. I finally meet him, but I meet him in San Francisco, not in Boston,
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
So it's like I don't know. You cannot bottle that experience, and I think that's why like anyone who's a fan of gaming, who's a fan of like this culture, right, that we have, going to these events is almost always worth every penny. For just to meet people. Like, if I went and never played a game but just met everybody and just hung out and chat and like talked, wouldn't matter. That would be totally enough for me.
Nice.
It's more about the personal experiences,
right,
than like playing some games.
Playing games, yeah.
But I just,
for sure.
it's like it's kind of weird. It's like a rush, but it's cool, man. It's really cool. Mm-hmm. I really I don't know. I'm always kind of cooped up in my house or like working and stuff, and it's like I'm in the process of changing all that, and it's like it was nice to go and have like a couple days just to kind of hang out and chill.
Well, I love conventions, yeah.
So, but I really would love for everybody to make it to the next convention or whatever, the next PSX. Like, it'll be cool if it's in San Francisco again. They didn't say, but people have been toying with the idea of New York City, and I think that would be cool, even though New York City intimidates the hell out of me.
Right.
Because it's a big city, but like I love LA, but New York City, I just have I don't know. Like, I love San Francisco, I love LA. San Diego's really nice, but like New York City, I'm just like, oh man, New York City. I think you can have it somewhere else.
Yeah, right.
It's just a big city, man. But anyways, that's I don't know. That's PSX. It's exciting. You should go.
Hell to the yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's like, like I said, I shouted out tons of people, so I don't have any like specific shout outs, but just to all the people I met. Thank you for making it an awesome experience. All the people I knew that I saw again, same deal. Thank you. It was awesome. It was great to see everybody. Great to hang out. It was cool. I had a blast.
Nice.
So.
Definitely going to have to try to make something work next year, for sure.
Yeah. I agree. But so that's kind of it. I think it's a good place to stop. And in this episode, the PSX recap.
It's a damn good recap.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't play tons of games, but I hope that people who went did, if that's what they wanted to do, and got to see all the things and meet all the people and high five the high fives and. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But if you have any questions, feel free to tweet us at the DGCast. You can tweet me at So After I Said. Mike is at mtongue1.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, again, I was streaming yesterday some Sparrow Racing. I might stream some Uncharted multiplayer before the beta ends. It ends on the 13th, so I'll try and stream that. But yeah, I mean, it's fun. It was fun. I was happy to go. But that'll do it for episode 48 of the Disconnected Gamers podcast. Like I said, follow us on Twitter at the DGCast. Subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/c/thedgcast. Subscribe on iTunes if you're not already.
Just do it.
Just do it. Bacardi and Cola, do it. And yeah, I mean, I think that's it. I think as always, we will catch you
on the flip.